Hi Kids Clubbers, and welcome to another Make It Monday for Live at 5. Hopefully at some point in this week you will receive your news sheet, and I have drawn on the front a big rectangle for you to cut out with a pair of scissors, and then you can draw your flag on here. And we need to make these flags so that we can take part in an activity on Friday. But I made a mistake and I put this on the front of this week's colouring sheet, so which you're going to colour in later in the week. So that was a bit of a boo-boo on my part. So I recommend that you maybe practice, so draw your practice flag there, and then we'll make one for real. And so I don't know what you have at home, so I decided to try and hunt some things down. So I've got here an envelope that I have already taken the contents out of. So you might find that mummy or daddy's got an envelope like that you can use. I've got a little bit of sellotape. I've got a pencil to draw my design with. I've got a pair of scissors because we'll be doing a little bit of cutting out. I happen to have a little bit of fancy star tape, and then I've got my felt tip pens. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to take my envelope and I'm going to tidy it up, because at the moment it looks a proper mess. And here we go. All you need to do is cut down the sides of your envelope and across the bottom. Ta-da! And then up the other side. Make it as neat as you can. I'm trying to do this super fast so that I'm not holding everybody back. Now, you might find that you can carefully rip this bit off, the lip of the envelope. So I've taken most of that off. And so what I will do to help me is I'm going to fold it carefully down there, right? So that's giving me a bit of a straight line. And so now I've got a line to cut down. And there we go. So this is going to be my flag. That's my main flag. And I'm just going to design whatever you want to design on your flag. So I think I'm going to draw some nice big fluffy clouds on here. Okay, there's one. That's how I draw my clouds. I'm not very good at these yet. I'm still practicing. So I've got clouds, and maybe I'll draw a rainbow between them. And all I'm going to do is draw the top and the bottom line. And then I'm going to write down here, Hosanna. And that, I'm just keeping it very simple because I want to keep this quick for you guys. Now, clouds are usually sort of a whitey colour, but because they're in the sky, we can get away with colouring them or making them blue. I mean, you could make them whatever colour you want, really. Now, the reason I love these pens is because they've got like a paintbrush side to them, so I'm going to do that. Oh, the ink goes right through. Right there, that's one cloud. Then we might want to give a bit of a highlight detail to our cloud, so you can see the shape, because they're not just fluffy bits of candy floss. So now, how do we draw a rainbow? So I always remember the rainbow colours by this little rhyme. Richard of York gave battle in vain. So R for red. So we'll do red stripe, Richard of York. There's orange. Oh no. We go Richard of York. Begins with a Y, so that must be yellow. Richard of York. There we go. Gave green. There we go. Richard of York gave battle with blue. I've got another blue, so just to distinguish between the clouds, we'll go for a different blue. Battle in vain. Now violet, I don't have a violet, but I do have purple, and I think that will manage. We'll manage with purple. And so there, we'll put that in there. So here we've got my little clouds and my rainbow. And what does a rainbow mean? A rainbow is God's promise of hope to us. And then I'm going to make this multicoloured as well. So Hosanna, H O S. Hopefully I've spelt Hosanna correctly. It's one of these words that I don't write very often, so I'm never 100% sure when I write if I've done it correctly. S-O-A-H-O-S-A-N. Where's my blue gone? There we go. N. See, that's the reason I love these pens, because they make my handwriting look good as well. And these are the best pens I've ever bought in my life. They were quite expensive. You got 12 pens. I lost the black somewhere. You got 12 pens, and they're double-ended, so you've got fine end and you've got a paintbrush end. And I think they were about £11, which makes them about £1 each, which is quite expensive for a felt tip pen, but I do love them. They have been my saving grace during lockdown. I have loved using them. Okay, so Hosanna, and then maybe I'll take a brown just because I can, and I'm going to draw a few birds, which we all know are just like little M shapes. Oh, that's not a very good one. Here we go. Maybe I should have used a finer end. And then maybe I could draw a few more clouds in here with the pen. I mean, I could colour it all in blue, to be fair, and just have the white clouds. That would probably be a good idea, but I'm not going to do that just now, otherwise I'll be here all day waiting for me to do that. So we've got our clouds, we've got the rainbow, and we've got the word Hosanna. And then I happen to have this is a cake lollipop stick. So if you've ever had a cake pop, this is a stick for making that. I bought these before lockdown because I was making fairy wands for my friend's daughter's birthday, and these are left over. So I wouldn't normally have this in the house, but I just happen to have it. So if you don't have anything like that, you could maybe use a straw. If you don't have a straw, we do have a video, I'll link it below, how to make a straw out of a piece of paper. And you could probably make a straw out of the front of the envelope, and you could colour that in as well. You just need a thin strip of paper and a little bit of glue. If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to go to all that effort, you could probably use a pencil temporarily. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this over so it's face down, and then I'm just going to roll this over, and I'm going to take a piece of my ordinary sellotape. Oh dear, I should have done this before. It's all funny end. I don't know where the end is. It could be here, hopefully. I've got a little bit, but not very much. Oh, it's coming off in tiny pieces. Let me see if I've got some different sellotape that works better. I have lots of sellotape. Actually, let me just use this. Okay, so having a second thought, I think what I'm going to do. So this is called washi tape. I don't know if you've ever seen it. You can get it in Poundland. They sometimes sell it in there, and it's kind of like a paper tape, but they're usually decorative. So I'm gonna, I've got sellotape on my finger now. I'm gonna stick just a couple of pieces on here to secure it. So that should secure it in place. And then I'm going to fold it over. I think that will be better. And then I will put a piece down there to hold it in place. Now you don't have to make your flag a rectangle. You could make it so that you, let me just take, where's my pencil? You could make your flag, and you could, maybe you could cut a V shape in it. So if you want to do that, might cut some of my picture out, but hopefully not. So we're going to cut a shape out there. You might want to cut a V shape like that. And so then we've got a flag like this. So I've cut a little bit of the cloud off. But we have our flag, and you can fly your flag. Okay, so Hosanna. And I brought this tape out because I really like this. It's got lots of stars on it. So I'm going to be a little bit neat. I'm going to cut a strip. I'm going to cut the bit that I ripped as well. And then I'm going to stick this just for some decoration. I'm going to stick that along the bottom of my flag. And I mean, you might want to stick it in the cutout piece, or you might want to make a frame with it. You could do lots of different decorations and ideas. And we're going to give a prize to the best decorated flag on Friday. So make sure that you tune in to Live at 5 on Friday. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Live at 5, because you've just stumbled across this video on YouTube, then that's absolutely fine. We've been running, during lockdown, we've been running a little session for the kids that we normally would see during the week, or we see them at 5 p.m. every day during lockdown on a Zoom call, and so you need to be on a register for that. Okay, I'm going to put another piece up there just because it would drive me crazy if I didn't. I like these stars, they're quite cool. Here we go, last piece. I don't want to put it over my rainbow because I want my rainbow to be on full display. So it's a little bit over the top. But that's okay because all I'm going to do is fold it over. Ta-da! And there you have it. We've got our own very own flag. And so make sure you have it with you on Friday for Live at 5. And I'll tell you on Friday what Hosanna means. I think we need it on Friday. Yes, on Friday. And I'll tell you what Hosanna means. All right. Take care for now. And I will see you next Monday for another Make It Monday. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.